All right, here we go. We're going to start running through some of these games. There's just too many big games this week that we gotta be concise in our analysis. But let's start running through them. We got a game that could very well. It's kind of like the Rams Seahawks junior game in the sense that it's for the division. Implications, at least one of these two teams is going to host a playoff game, which is insane.
The Weenie Hut Junior version.
Yeah, it's the Weenie Hut Junior version of the Rams Seahawks chum bucket. But here we go. So no, Salty Spittoon. Enough of the SpongeBob references. I got it straight. Anyway, in this game, both teams are coming off crushing, disappointing losses. Either one could have taken control of the division had they won this past week. Very winnable games against the bottom of their division, the Falcons and the Saints. So that just makes this game mean 10 times more. I have to think that at some point, the Buccaneers hit rock bottom last week in those awful creamsicle jerseys. In my opinion, I think that they look pretty bad considering they were one of the worst teams in NFL history when they wore those, and they looked awful in them last week. Todd Bowles wearing the neon orange coaching gear and just absolutely losing it, somehow in a reserved way. All of it to me represents rock bottom. I think they bounce back. I think if there ever were a time where you can take control of your season, right the ship, it would be now. I still have a lot of faith in what Baker Mayfield can do. And it seems like he might have some kind of health issue going on right now with his shoulder, based on what we've seen from him before. I obviously want the Panthers to win this game, but I don't expect them to. I think the Buccaneers, all in all, are a better team. There's a reason why I picked them in the first place to win the NFC South. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game and take control of the NFC South and put a damper on the storybook hopes of these plucky Carolina Panthers. Christian, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think the fix is in. The NFLRA has nothing to lose. Carolina's going to win this week.
Wow.
So the last week is going to be make it or break it. Winner takes the division. And we're going to go to lockout because of the NFLRA. Screw them. They can rot in hell. But
go Revs.
The NFL is okay. The NFLPA is where it's at, even though they have the shittiest union. The NFLRA is think of the worst thing you could possibly think of. Okay,
getting political in the lightning round.
We need to take them out. My only other thought on this game is it's about time we stop giving a free playoff bid to this division, and we need to go to NFL style or NBA style playoff seeding.
Boo!
And the NFC South should not have a team in the playoffs this year. I mean, come on. What are we talking about?
Division's got to mean something.
I can meet you in the middle.
It does. You play them twice a year still.
I can meet you in the middle and say they shouldn't host a playoff game. How about that?
I disagree.
They just saw auto 7 seed.
The division still.
You want them to win this is an insane lightning round that this is the way we're starting. But philosophically, you want a team to win a division and not make the playoffs?
Yes. The NFC South. Look at the records. The Detroit Lions are better than any team from the NFC South.
You think you don't even need to look at the records. You can just look at the eye test, and I think it's plain and clear.
Why would you want to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in the playoffs over the Lions right now, or the Bears?
Well, I of course don't want to see them.
I mean, if the Bears miss the
please.
entirely. I was gonna say if the Bears miss the playoffs at 11-6, all of a sudden Christian is 100% correct. But we'll move on from that. I'll give my
flip.
Yeah. Pat would flip. I mean, I would think that'd be great comedy. But
I would flip.
Yeah. But in any case, I'm with you. I like the Panthers in this game. Since week 8, Baker Mayfield has been a bottom 10 quarterback, and I think part of that is because of injury. Emeka Egbuka, who was also dealing with some injuries a couple weeks ago. I think he's still dealing with some stuff. He hasn't looked the same. And this Tampa defense is leaking oil. I'm not to say that the Panthers are good either, but I think that 3 points on the road is far too many. So I like the Panthers +3 at home. I don't think the Bucs should be laying 3 against anybody on the road at this point.
I mean, I'm completely there with you guys. Zion McCollum, Tyke Smith, both injured, on top of another cornerback for the Tampa Bay Bucs going into this one. They just made Kirk Cousins look like the man in a primetime game. Just what happened last game. They were up multi-scores in the fourth quarter. You're supposed to be able to salt away that game, but they can't rush the passer. Baker threw a bad interception. Do I think they respond here? No. No, I like the Panthers to throw it around the yard, kind of like the Falcons did. I think they're going to be able to limit the big plays in this game. I think Baker's shoulder is banged up. I don't like what I saw with the Bucs. I think if you also look at the Panthers, last 10 home games as underdogs, 9-1 against the spread, 7-3 straight up. I could see them going into this game winning it straight up. They're not looking to roll over, though. 25.6 points in their last 6 games as underdogs. Bucs have failed to cover for the last 6 games that they've had. Vita Vea has not played well either for a blitz-heavy team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If the Panthers win this game, it's going to come down to that final regular season game, and they still got a lot more fight in them than this Tampa Bay Bucs team. I'm going with the Panthers.
Wow. That was nice, Mike. I completely agree with you. I think you can only look to bet the Panthers here. Now, I will say losing to the Saints twice is pretty bad, but before we get off the NFC South topic, can we give a shout out to the Fighting Shuckinators and the New Orleans Saints for not looking as decrepit the last week?
Shout out Shuck. Shout out Kellen Moore.
We're shucked up.
Kelvin Banks.
Mike's going to put an exclamation point on every video with his the worst puns
remember that this podcast is shucked up.